Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Welcome to the Friday Night Live Stream, everybody. Welcome to 2021. Halfway into the month, my name is Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. Welcome to the Friday Night Live Stream, January 15th. In just a second or two, we're going to see Peep starting to drop into the chat right over here in just a second. And I can't wait to see what they have to say here. But welcome to the show. Great to see everybody here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. You can see me okay. I've got a trifecta of reviews for you guys tonight, so this is going to be a lot of fun, I think, as well as debuting my brand new streaming format, which you guys are seeing here right now. So hopefully you guys are liking what you're seeing. If you can hear me okay and see me okay, give me that thumbs up here in the chat right now so we can make sure everyone is up on it. Looks like we've got Alex, we've got Drew, we've got Wo-Rang, David P in the house. Thanks so much for jumping on. Dom's World as well. Tank, you stay frosty as well, my friend. Thanks so much for jumping on. Michael Domayer, we got lights. Yes, we do. All over the place here. A little bit of synergy I thought I would kind of go with here, with you guys being in the lobby with the kind of moving purple stars in the background, and then we zoom right into it. And now we're here amongst the nebula right now in the universe as we speak, and we are definitely on and popping, guys. It is great to see you guys here right now. Annette Cervantes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, let me just say shout outs to all of you guys who joined me on my little tech test last night. That was kind of the precursor to what you're seeing here right now. I didn't want you to think that what you saw last night was the final product. I was kind of testing a couple of things. So hopefully you guys are seeing everything as good as can possibly be. Make sure you guys have your emoji tab open on your screen here right now, because I'm going to ask you guys for certain things throughout the situation that we've got going on. And this should be a lot of fun. We'll get started in just a couple of minutes here. And as you guys can see, the chat boxes are working. Everything is looking clean. And I am definitely digging the look of everything here. So we are finally in effect. A little less busy, but more organized. So that's my way to kind of put that out there. So if you haven't shared the stream out with you guys, with your peeps personally right now, if you're watching this live, please do that. And we'll get started in just a second or two here. Let's see who else we've got on here right now. We've got the Trips up in Canada dropping into the chat here. Thanks so much for jumping on. Great to see you guys. We've got E.E. Ricard as well. Elizabeth is in here as well. Thank you so much for jumping in. All my awesome mods you'll see with those little wrenches next to their names to kind of keep the peace here in the chat. But it is great to see you guys. Let me just tell you there. After about an hour streaming last night, doing the tech test to kind of work out some of the bugs here, we got everything going here as well. Mid-Michigan guy, what's going on? Michael Domayer as well. I think I mentioned that earlier. Great to see you on here. We are definitely going to be reviewing 3 things tonight, guys. I'm definitely giving you guys some content. So we'll wait till we get some of the subscribers to log in. As you guys are probably seeing up over here, we've got 29 peeps in the house currently right now. So we'll let people kind of file in. A lot of people know I start right at 8 o'clock, but I wanted to kind of get started with our usual format, starting at 7:55, put you in the lobby for about 5 minutes, and then get you in here. So if you're catching this on the replay right now, obviously you already know what we're going to be reviewing here. You can skip ahead throughout there. I think what I'll do is I'll probably put some timestamps to the reviews down in the description below, so you guys can jump right to them. But naturally, I am great to be here with you guys. I got to tell you, I feel very grateful, very humbled to be here with you, to have an audience as well. It is great to be on here with you guys this evening. So we've got 32 peeps in the house here right now. We've got Alex B. Glad to make another streamer, man. Glad to have you on here. Thanks so much for being a part of it. Michael Domayer, it's too late for me. I saw this at 1 a.m. Eastern time. I was going to sleep. Sorry about that. I am so sorry about that. But this is regular schedule, so we are definitely on it right now, which is awesome. So give me a thumbs up if you guys are liking the chat, this format here. This is the 2021 chat. I thought I'd, like I said, keep the synergy with the theme. If you guys notice in my banner, I've got the purple space that's in there, so everything is pretty much in effect for you. And I have hardware acceleration enabled on my laptop as well, so you should not see any issues, knock on wood, as we go here. Everything has been optimized. I've been working on this for a while, so it is great to see you guys here. And let's see who else we've got here in the chat. Shelly George, thanks so much for jumping on, Shelly. Another awesome supporter of the channel and the content. I greatly appreciate all of your support, Shelly. Thank you greatly on all fronts. I think you know what I'm talking about. I appreciate you. Armando Baron Gaming, we've got and Films in the house here. Great to see you as well. My chat is jumping up on my side here. We got a lot of thumbs up actions going on here. Nice to see the live chat box flowing nicely. And that says, yes, after what was happening yesterday, we got that sorted out. I figured out what was going on. So we got it ready to go. E. Ricard, yeah, bummed I missed the tech test. It was fun to kind of like, you know, fiddle around with things and to kind of play around with some stuff. But naturally, I thought I'd surprise you with the real format which is what you're looking at here right now. And I don't think it's anything you guys have probably have seen before, especially here on the channel. And I'm definitely digging it right now. Hope it's not too distracting for you guys, but I am definitely loving the colors in there as well. So hit that like button. Yes, as eRicard says, I greatly appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're getting close to the 50 mark. As soon as we get close up on that 50 mark, we'll get into the reviews real fast here. But how are you guys doing? What's going on with you guys? Any questions that you guys may have right away? We'll get into the reviews in just a second here. We'll get it started. We have them spaced out here in between literally all the other content that we're going to be talking about here, and things to kind of check out. Some things you may have seen on IG. There's a few different things that we'll take a look at here. Let's see. Alex B says, Annette, my real name is Alejandro. It's all good. Glad you can tune in, Alexander. Great to have you on here. Thanks so much for being a part of it. And shout out to my familia who's watching me from afar right now. I may have my Aunt Karen back in New York in NYC. Aunt Kay, I love you. I hope everything is good. A very happy birthday, who had a birthday yesterday. My sister is having a birthday tomorrow. So a shout outs to Sister Peeps. I'm going to be celebrating, or at least virtually with her, but happy birthday to my sister as well. And my mom's birthday is the 24th. January is a big month for birthdays all around. My father-in-law had his birthday earlier this month as well. So we have a lot of family birthdays here. So shout outs to everybody here in the chat. If you guys want to throw a birthday cake into the emojis right over here, that would be cool because I know they are watching. That would be awesome. Let's see. Nehemiah, what's for dinner tonight? You know what? I had some sushi not too long ago, so I'm good right now. I'm definitely good. I'm ready for these reviews, and this should be a lot of fun. So yes, Annette, shout out to Sister Peeps and Mama Peeps and Auntie Peeps, who's watching in NYC right now. Great to have you guys on here right now. Annette's birthday is January 30th. Nice. Alex B, future nurse, I think you were saying there with the flex. Nice. And I appreciate all those birthday cakes coming into the chat here right now. Happy birthday, happy anniversary last weekend as well from eRicard. Thank you. I appreciate that. Celebrated 6 years on January 10th. All of my peeps, all my real peeps who've been sending me messages. I appreciate you guys greatly. Thank you so much. You guys are all amazing. You know who you are. I appreciate you. And I've answered all of those messages. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Which is awesome. Michael Domayer again. We've got the birthday cake. Shelly George birthday cakes. Lisa Vital, thanks so much for jumping on and all of your comments on my Facebook posts as well too there. I appreciate you. Was hanging with you last night, John Graves. Yes, you were. Thanks so much for being here as well tonight. It is definitely going to be an interesting one because the mixture of what we're going to be reviewing is going to be interesting. It's the first time I'm going to do something like this. Probably, I don't want to say ever, like I'm not going to do it again, but it's going to be different. Scotty T, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for jumping on. It's been a while since I've caught a live stream. Welcome to the inaugural live stream of 2021 with my brand new streaming template right now. So I may make some adjustments to some of the fonting over here, but I like it. I think the colors work. You can see it easy. So I'm definitely digging what this is. So we'll just probably keep it the way that it is here for right now. But welcome to the stream. Guys, 46 peeps in the house right now. We're coming up on 10 minutes past. Another couple of minutes, we're going to jump into this. Haven't tried Tres Leches cake in that surrounded, or which place actually are you talking about that actually has it, or just in general Tres Leche? I've tried Tres Leche, like there was like this thing at Jack in the Box that I remember doing, but that was more fast foody type thing there. It's probably not going to be the same thing, clearly. But which place maybe are you recommending that may be pretty awesome to check out for Tres Leches or Tres Leches, whichever you want to call it? In general, well, I've had it in the past, I mean, but nothing recently. I do enjoy it. Naturally, it's a treat. My favorite is like coconut cream pie or anything chocolate from Cheesecake Factory. If you guys saw when I was celebrating my wedding anniversary, I posted on my IG story this chocolate truffle tower cake from Cheesecake Factory, which was off the chain. It was so ridiculously decadent. I still have about half of it left in the fridge, which I'm probably going to have to dump it because it's been about a week now. But clearly a lovely situation on that there for sure. It's good times. 95 didn't experience a 94 earthquake in LA Northridge one. Oh, okay. Well, I've been through all of those, including the one that's on my channel in the live stream replay, which is where you're finding this stream right now as well, if you're catching this on the replay. Mid-Michigan guy was thinking of getting my channel active, maybe do food reviews, cooking videos of any kind of content. Any tips? Focus on one thing, or maybe a couple of things in the beginning and see what you like best, and then make that the prime focus, and then kind of hone the craft with it there. But if you're leading with food reviews, chances are that's usually the direction that most people tend to go, and they maybe dip into the other stuff as they go. So food reviews are just a lot of fun to do. As you guys know, it's one of the main focuses, if not the main focus of my channel, on top of live streaming here that we do. So I do enjoy it personally there, but I'd recommend starting with that only because the first thing that you think of, you want to kind of err onto the side of your most dominant thought and then go from that point. So I would try that out there. Just trial by fire, throw yourself into it. You're not going to like the first piece of content, or you think you may, but you may go back to it later and go, oh my God, that was horrible. But you got to start somewhere. So just dive in and give it a go and start honing that craft, and you'll be all right. E. Ricard says she's never been to Cheesecake Factory. Now that is not cool. You have to find a way, if you can, relatively safely, if it's somewhat in the area, I'd recommend it. And yes, Armando Barron, yes, Disneyland's canceling their annual passes, and I've already gotten the notification from all that, so that is history. It is what it is. All right, guys, we got 45 peeps in the house watching this here right now. Again, thank you so much to all of you guys who may have shared the stream out with everyone that you know. If you guys have donated to the channel, which I won't know on PayPal, you'll find a multitude of ways to do that down below as well. Thank you in advance for that. I won't be mentioning that throughout the stream, but you guys have all that information down below, as well as what you may have read in the lobby. But guys, thank you so much for your love and support all the way up to this point. We already crossed 32,000 plus subscribers here on the channel. I think we're inching towards 32,100 at this point as well. So it's not necessarily about the subs. It's about, you know, naturally the views of the channel as a whole. And that's actually something that I've been watching consistently for a long time. And I'm just very, very grateful and humbled to be able to do this stuff with you guys right now. So with that said, let's get into the main portion of the show and start off with one of the two reviews. And I'm just going to show you both of them first. And that's a hint, because naturally I want to make sure that you guys can actually see and maybe choose what it is that you'd like to see me do currently right now. Whoa, we got super chat donations jumping into the situation here right now. You guys are going to see yourself down over here, as well as our Stay Frosty buddy over here. We've got Robert H. Thank you so much for the super chat donation, $4.99. And Ed Keaton, thank you so much. Oh my God, $50 in there as well. You guys blow me away every time these things happen, and I'm always just shocked by it. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Any second now. It's a little delayed, but you may see something pop up over here. My good old my boy Hicks for Stay Frosty. But again, I appreciate you guys greatly. Thank you so much for doing that there. If you guys are ready for the review, I know I said I'm going to jump into it. Give me a thumbs up to let me know you guys are ready, to make sure this is caught up here in the chat. Here comes the Stay Frosty action for you right there. We've got Robert H. It's going to be followed up by Ed Keaton any second. You guys just blow me away with your generosity, and I don't take it for granted, believe me. And Ed, there you go right there, brother. I appreciate you. You'll see yourself dropping down over here as well. And of course, you're going to be down below as official show sponsors for the inaugural bonus stream. Technically, this is kind of because of the new format that I'm doing here, in the description box down below as official sponsors of the channel. So check that right now if you're catching this on the replay. We are definitely going to get it going here. So guys, I've been wanting to try something that I've been hearing about. I haven't seen anything on this at all. I read this naturally everywhere that this was going to be coming out. I never did it the first time around, but I always figure if I'm going to do these particular reviews, I'm going to do them here on live stream. I want to do them with you guys, so I can get the official response live right here on camera, as I do with my reviews anyway. But I always find these types of reviews so fun to do. So with that said, we are going to get into the return of something that most of you guys have probably tried, but it's a first for me. We're going to bust out some Doritos 3D Crunch action right now, and we're going to be doing both of them tonight. Now, we do have another review coming, and the reason why I didn't want to just do one of these naturally is because you're probably going to say whichever one I'm going to do, you know I'm going to be doing the other one during the review. So naturally what I wanted to do is have something thrown into the mix, and I'm going to save the third review for the very end because you won't probably guess what it is, and we're just going to go from there. But if you guys have tried these at all, let me know here in the chat. If you actually, you know what? Which one do you want me to do first? If you want to see me do the chili nacho cheese or chili cheese nacho, put a cheese emoji here in the chat. Drop a cheese emoji. If you want to see the spicy ranch, let me see a fire emoji in here right now. So let me know which one you guys want to see. If whatever emoji we see more of is what we're going to start with here. So we are writing history as we go with 3D Crunch here right now. Which one do you guys want to see first? Nacho cheese or fire? Nacho cheese. Nacho cheese, I did that wrong. Or fire. This is live right now. It is what it is. So let's see what's going to happen over here. Spicy. We have chili cheese nacho and the spicy ranch. So I have a feeling I know what these are going to taste like here. So far, it looks like we have got 3 cheese emojis and 4 cheese emojis We'll let it go for a couple of seconds here. We'll see what's happening. Drew is saying fire. Doesn't count, my friend. It's got to be an emoji. Oh, nacho cheese jumped up by 2. Jumped up by 2. I think it's going to be nacho cheese. Oh, Annette, we can't really take it, but I see the love. I see the love right there. Oh, I think it's going to be the nacho cheese. The next one that pops up over here, I don't think it's going to overtake it. Cheese. Michael Domayer busted it open even further right there. All right, we're going to start off with the chili cheese nacho. So we'll put this one down over here. This one here, it says it's taking crunch to another level. Doritos 3D Crunch chili cheese nacho in effect here right now. So 6 servings in this container. I'm not sure if these come in bigger bags. I'm assuming they come in the smaller ones too. But this really is a small bag. It's only 6 ounces. It seems kind of odd. And this was $3, so I guess it's not too bad for what this is. But it looks like we've got 130 calories for 27 pieces, and there's six servings in this here. So what is that, like 137 pieces, give or take? We'll just round it out, 141 pieces roughly right there. So that's actually a lot. So, but again, I'm feeling a lot of air here, guys. I'm feeling a lot of hair. Candace says she doesn't have the fire emoji. It's all good because I think the cheese already took it. Chris C in the house. Welcome, Chris. I appreciate you being here right now. All right, so we're going to bust into the Doritos 3D Crunch chili cheese nacho flavored here right now, which, by the way, if you haven't seen the review on this, I saw the review from Chris Clark a couple of weeks ago. I think it was about a week ago that popped up in my feed. He's actually rocked out with both of these as well. So comedian Chris Clark, he is definitely a cool dude. You want to take a look at him on Instagram. I believe it's comedian Chris Clark, I believe is his handle on Instagram. But he is really, C Snacks is as he's known on YouTube. So really cool peep for sure. So let's take a look here. We're going to let this open up. You guys are going to see first. And as expected, oh, it looks like we got a broken one towards the top right over there, guys. Take a look at that. That actually smells pretty decent. Okay. All right, these are kind of hollowed out. Look at this. It almost looks like Chex Mix here. Let me see if I can kind of focus this just a bit for. There you go. Look at that. It's almost like a Chex Mix type of situation. You know, I'm all about the details, so I'm going to try and give you as much as possible. A grown man showing you a 3D chip on live stream. You already know what it is. But I'm really digging it. Obviously, it's 3D because it is not flat. So I am definitely digging the presentation of what this looks like. It is definitely small. I was expecting these to be just a little bit bigger, but considering there's like 140 something pieces in here, I guess that's how they're getting away with that. And they do have a lot in there. So let's give this a shot, guys. The Doritos 3D Crunch, my first time trying this here, the chili cheese nacho. Let's do it. The corn is strong on that. That one does... I'm not getting flour with this. Is this flour? No, it's corn flour. Okay. Yeah, that is definitely different. This does not taste like a traditional Dorito. Well, maybe a little bit of the light nacho cheese, the flavoring that you guys can see right there. But for the most part, I'm going to try and get a little closer for you. Keep the focus in. There we go. I like them. It's definitely different. Once you pop into this, literally, and I wish I had a little pop emoji coming up on the screen here right now. It's all air on the inside. These are very thin, but they're good. Taking crunch to another level. It's basically, think of like 2 Doritos, actually 1 Dorito split in half and folded and attached. So this is really feeling like it's a single chip, but they puff it out. So if you can kind of get that gist of what I'm mentioning there, you can kind of see the seam right there on the side. You see it? It almost looks like a honeycomb, like a bee's nest or something right there. But it looks like it's a standard chip that's folded over, and then they fry it up and it puffs out. So it's a really cool process, I'm sure, how they make this. I would love to see something online to kind of see how they do that, but it's decent. I don't know about the chili, though. That's the only thing. I mean, I'm getting some spicing, maybe some elevated spicing from chili. I'm not tasting any beef. I'm not tasting anything like that. And the nacho cheese is kind of light, though. But the corn crunch is nice on it, and they're crunchy, so I like that. Listen to this crunch. I'll go for it again. Not bad. Not too bad. I think it's okay without even trying the ranch, because I love ranch Doritos. I have a feeling I'm definitely going to love those. But with this, it's more like the spicing from chili, if that makes sense, and some nacho cheese together in there. But it's mostly the corn that I'm getting. I'm getting corn the cheese flavor and light spicing from the chili, I guess, is what this is supposed to be. So I guess they couldn't just call this nacho cheese because they have nacho cheese Doritos. They want to make it a little bit different. They probably should have changed the color of the bag a little bit because this looks just like the regular cheese, nacho cheese Doritos that are out there right now. So, but I like it. The fact that it's chili, though, is a little suspect because it's chili spicing. I'm not getting any beef flavor with this. So don't think about, you know, maybe if you want to put this in chili beef or beef chili, you're going to like that. I think I might want to try that. But for what this is, it's just all right. I mean, the shape is cool. So overall, let's see. If I had a thinking emoji putting into the chat here right now, I like it. It's not blowing my socks off, as you can probably tell. I mean, it's okay. I'll eat them. The wifey will like them too, I'm sure. But I can't really go much higher than maybe 7.5-ish, I guess we'll say. It's definitely above average. Is this going to replace Doritos? No. I mean, definitely you get a lot more nacho cheese on a regular Dorito. They're bigger. This is a little gimmicky. I got to be honest, guys. The size is kind of whack. I got to be honest. If these were just a little bit bigger, I would dig it. I would really dig it. But these are really small little cones folded over. I mean, I like the idea, the 3D. I mean, it's cool. It's cool marketing. It looks slick. But I'm probably going to go like 7.5-ish tops in with it there. If you guys agree with that, give me a thumbs up here in the chat. If you don't agree with it, obviously give me the thumbs down in the chat. And if you're catching this on the replay, I'm sure you're going to let me know anyway. So let me know down below. But it's just okay. It's just okay. Was it worth $3? Well, I guess for 140 plus pieces, yeah. I mean, on sale, $4.29 normally, and then the discount comes in there. So 7.5 is a little too high, Chris C says, but I think tastes like a bugle. You know what? You're probably right about that. You're probably right. But it is Doritos. The flavor is reminiscent of the chip. It's just not as heavy in the cheese department, but the spicing is not bad on it. It does have a little bit of a kick, just a little bit. So I think 7.5 tops. I mean, closer to the 7 range. But if I'm not going to go much higher than that, it would be in the 7.5 range. If I'm feeling a little bit more generous naturally there. But considering what this is, it is what it is. So Armando's got a thumbs up there as well. Never tried them, but they look like I'll give it a thumbs up. Cool. I would recommend giving them a shot. I mean, they're decent. What you may want to do is if you see this on sale for $3 like I did, do not buy the little mini pack that you find like in convenience stores like 7-Elevens or liquor stores or any places like that, because naturally you're going to get a better value just by going for this. So naturally this would be the way to go. And of course, you know, it is worth giving a try. Like I said, this seems to be a favorite with a lot of people, and that's why they're bringing it back, and the hype, I guess, is pretty strong with this. It's going to be a huge push naturally around Super Bowl, and of course that's why this is back. But you know, pretty cool. You know, definitely pretty cool. Okay, now I am really excited for what we're about to get into because I want to go with this one here, and I'm kind of glad we're doing this one last because this is the one I thought I was going to start out with before giving you guys the choice. But as you can see, I'm expecting some nice Cool Ranch flavor with a little bit of a kick, just like I just had with the chili there. But this one supposedly is more elevated because of what this is. So let's give this a go. Very excited. Doritos 3D Crunch Spicy Ranch. So this definitely, I already dig the bag because I love blue. You guys already know. I got my car back today, which we'll talk about that briefly right after. Some of you got a preview yesterday. But as you can see, this looks like just the standard stuff on the inside. It's got that foil pack. You know what? I think the reason they have... give me a thumbs up if you guys believe me when I tell you the reason why there's tin like on the inside of these bags, why it's reflective, is because they probably want you to think that there's more in here that there actually is, because look how it blends with the chips. It makes you think that there's more in it there. If you look around the edges, it looks like I've got a lot more in the bag, but as soon as I start going like this, no bueno. That is hella whack. Look at that on the inside. But yeah, this is very strong in the ranch department here, so let's give this a go. Zach and Dad, welcome. Dom's World, thanks so much for jumping on. All of you guys who are jumping in here right now, I'm not going to be able to see who may have jumped in. I will definitely be watching the stream back to kind of see through the chat and say hi to you guys as well. But thank you so much for jumping on. Let's give this a shot. Of course, we've got the same situation here. Here we go. This looks just like the standard Doritos Ranch. It's got the little spicing. I can already smell it. This is strong. This is really, really strong right now. Spicy Ranch. Let's see exactly how spicy it is. Let's peep this out. Instant. Heavy ranch on this. Wow, that is so much better than the chili nacho. So much better. Oh yeah, absolutely. This bag is gonna get inhaled. And uh-oh, quality control, quality control. Look at that. We only got one half of it. Quality control, how they make these here. It is more or less a thick Dorito all on its own. Look at the seam on that. There's no seam because it's just one half of it. I kind of prefer them thicker instead of this, the more hollowed out version, because 3DS, that actually has some more denseness to it. But I'm telling you again, guys, I mean, I like the way that these are made. And they're really cool. And like I said, just a folded over chip and how they do it. But wow, ranch is bomb. This is, yeah, this has really got some more kick to it. Wow. As I'm eating a couple of more of these, it's hanging back in the cut right now in the back of my throat. That flame is pretty decent on this. I'd almost want to see a flaming hot limon, or one that's like of another version. This is good. This is really good. Oh man, guys, I've got a few quality control issues in this bag. Man, that is just not cool. We got to get Frito-Lay on the line right now because I am completely getting ripped off. There's a few of these, actually a bunch of them, that are these thick ones, and I got to be honest, I kind of like the messed up ones a little bit more than the actual hollowed out ones right now. They're just like a little bit more denser and chewier. It's really good, actually. Wow. Yeah, you can tell. I think that I am digging this right now. Freddy Foodie King, what it do? 54 peeps watching, 35 likes. Come on, guys, help me out. I appreciate you, Freddy Foodie King. If you haven't smashed that like button down below, if you guys liking what you're seeing here on the screen right now, definitely show some love. I greatly appreciate that. This is pretty banging, guys. I got to tell you, this is pretty good. I'm going to have a couple of more of these before I give you that final verdict, but it's going to be high because I'm liking it. That spice, I mean, it's even across the board. You get that, naturally, the corn flour. Corn, I mean, I was really blown away. It really kind of tasted like a Frito-Lay chip in there, just like basically standard Frito-Lay, you know, the basic corn chips. But a little bit more of the edge for Doritos that's in here. But naturally, the spiciness is really coming through. As you're eating more and more of these right now, it's really beginning to elevate and pick up. And again, shout outs to all these super chatters here in there as well. I appreciate you guys, your donations to the channel. Thank you so much again from the bottom of my heart with that. You guys are amazing with that. But as you can see, how do you eat in 3D, says Catskills. That's a good question, actually. You know what? I'm not even appearing in 3D on the screen here right now. I mean, this technically could be a green screen behind me, right? You don't really know what's going on here. You don't know. But if I'm zooming back in and out real quick, if you guys have 3D glasses on, if this thing was formatted that way, which I'm sure that could be done. But I gotta say, guys, I like this. Overall scale, 1 to 10, I'm gonna go straight 9 on this flavor between the two. It is easily the stronger, the better of the two, by far. The flavor is awesome. I think you need a bowl of chili to go with the chili cheese nacho. If you decide to give this one a go, I'd recommend getting a can of chili at the store, a turkey chili, whatever it is, and throw a few in there because it's going to enhance it big time. Because on its own, it's kind of a weak nacho chip. That's really kind of the only thing with a little bit of spice, the chili spice. This is where it's at. It's more feature rich, flavor rich, I should say. And overall, the shape complements it. I mean, again, I'm liking the ones that are messed up because they're pseudo thin, a little bit chewier, a little bit crunchy. I like them, but that spice is nice. It's a lovely situation in this, guys. It really is. So easy recommendation to give this one a shot. 9 out of 10 for sure. And if you're asking why it's not 10 out of 10, the size. I mean, that's the only thing. I know they give you a decent amount on the inside, but it really is very misleading for the size of these things. And honestly, that really kind of kills it slightly. Guys, this is not much bigger than a Frito-Lay corn chip. It really isn't. They can make these things a little bit bigger, even if you're going to charge a little bit more for it. When you put this next to a Dorito, it's just like, come on, how could you do that? It needs to be a little bit bigger. If you guys have actually seen these in the past, were they bigger in the past? If they were bigger in the past, drop some comments here and let me know, because I'm going to be watching in here. But yeah, Annette says the size is whack. It is. It's really tiny, and that's really a really just a rough thing to take with this, because, you know, I'm glad they give you a bunch in the bag, but it would have been nice to have just more of a better situation here. These really feel like they're hollowed out little Chex Mix pieces. If you've ever had Chex Mix, it's very similar to that, but the flavor is good. So 9 out of 10. Mom, if you're watching, I'll bring you a bag of these. You're gonna like this. This one's pretty good. Spicy ranch, really, really good. Really good. All right. I'm glad you guys hopefully enjoyed that. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let's see. Can't complain. God is good, bro, from Freddie King. Very cool. Size doesn't matter, according to E. Ricard. You know, that was the marketing for Godzilla in 1998 back in the day. I was working for a wireless company, and they were promoting Godzilla, the one with Ferris Bueller, Matthew Broderick back then. That was just a horrible movie. But yeah, no joke. No joke. But good times. Definitely good times. Ed Keaton, thanks so much for jumping on all the time, man. Yeah, I really greatly appreciate it. Dom's World, really small. Agreed. Absolutely. Freddie Foodie King, Drew is right. Need some Betty homemade ranch sauce. Betty approved. Betty approved on the spicy ranch there for you, Freddie. Betty approved. Absolutely. Really good stuff. Call the number on the back of the bag and complain about the size, says Annette. Yeah, there is that number to call Frito-Lay, right? If you have questions or comments or the complaint department, I think it goes right to voicemail, one of those things. It's got a smart label on it too here. You can scan here for more food information or, oh, okay, there's the phone number actually on here. 800-352-4477. So there you go. Yeah, very misleading, guys. I got to tell you, I'm glad this was on sale for $3 a bag because I will not be getting at least one of those. Again, the spicy ranch for sure. But good times. Let's see. Going down the line. Stone Cold, peep this out. Should be way more popular. This guy gives reviews on every food item ever. It's always great reactions. Thank you. I appreciate you, Stone Cold. I appreciate you. Having a lot of fun. You guys are more than welcome to share my content out as the grassroots effort goes here. But I have a lot of fun doing what I do here on the channel, and it is an absolute blast and privilege to be able to do so as well. So I'm definitely having fun at the same time. Scott, while they were traveling in Simi, don't want a full bag. They have a trailer full of chips. Somebody is dipping into these bags, and it's a lot of air naturally. But considering, it just seems like an odd amount to kind of price out this way. I mean, 6 ounces, considering what these are. You know, it's all these weird combinations, and it's not the traditional small. It's not the large. It just kind of is what it is. I don't know, but you know, what could you do? What could you do? Let's see here. Hi, Ethan. Much love. Your reviews really helped me get through. See, my chat is jumping up here again. Get through the week. Your positive energy gets me through the week. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I think it's to a period, little period symbol there for that emoji or the name for you there. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the content as well. Greatly appreciate that, and I'm glad that it helps you get through your week. I love making this stuff. It helps me get through my week as well. It's really a lot of fun to put this stuff together for you guys on the daily. Let's see. Have you seen it? Will you be trying the new Taco Bell chicken chipotle melt? I believe I did that review, if I'm not mistaken. The one that came back. It was about a month or so ago. Definitely take a look at these reviews on the playlist that I have set up there. You may find the answer to your question before you even post it. It may be there for you as well. Drew says he's got them on order in Walmart. Very cool. Very cool. I saw there was a pre-order open for that here. We actually have Ralph's, which is our version of Kroger here on the West Coast, and I saw that they were available. They were promoting, and I was just like, okay. So I swung by after picking up my car today, which, by the way, I'll just share the quick story with you guys. Middle of last month, I had my catalytic converter sawed off my car at 4 in the morning. I saw it in security camera footage. So when I got into my car the next day to go run some errands, including doing some reviews, I turned on my engine and it sounded like it was going to explode, like I had no muffler. And I didn't, essentially. The whole downpipe from my car, from the muffler all the way up to the catalytic converter under the car, was taken. So it was a crazy situation with that. So I was in a rental for about a month, got used to that, and then basically got my car back today. And it's good. There's a little bit of vibration, a little bit of something. I may need to have them come back and tune it just to kind of see what's going on, because it seems like it's a little rough when I do what I got to do. But everything is back to normal, and I'm very happy about that. And I've got security on underneath it as well. There's a whole like Darth Vader plate that's welded to the car, and it's never going to happen again. But crazy situation with that. So let's see. Scotty T, have I tried the Brookio Oreos? I have not. I have not. Mid-Michigan, let's see, do a review of Dunkaroos. They came back and never tried it. You know, I haven't tried those either, actually, but you know, a lot of these specialty cereals, I don't really get over to Walmart too much, and especially with what's going on here in Southern Cali right now, it's a little bit of a crazy situation. I'm not big on going into those big superstores and those things right now, and I don't think a lot of people should be, just my personal opinion, because of just how crazy it is. And depending upon where you may be, it may be easier to manage But I probably err on the side of safety with some of these things because you just don't know. But that's where they have a lot of that stuff, and I don't really see a lot of those specialty things on my side of the continent, so to speak, I guess, if I can put it that way, here on the West Coast. But I'll keep an eye out there. I'm not against doing cereal reviews. In fact, I've done a few in the past, which you guys may see over here. We've got the Sour Patch Kids, and I've done the Peeps from back in the day. So we'll have to see about that. Annette, very unfortunate. Glad it's all behind you now. Yes, I'm so glad it's over. I paid my deductible, and I definitely have to work on replenishing the accounts with that because it was heavy. So yeah, I'm going to be doing what I do for a little while to replenish there. Let's see. Kevin. Okay, just did both of those chips in a regular form. Tasted like a popper. Yeah, I'm telling you, these are good, but like I said, just misleading because of the size. I mean, I really kind of kills it for me. So I have to go back and watch C Snack's review and see what he thought of them, because that guy is he's an awesome personality when you watch him on camera. He's really cool. So I definitely want to see what he has to say about those. Let's see. Drew, that happened to my neighbor. I saw it happen at 2 a.m. Yeah, it's always after hours. Crazy what people will steal. Apparently it's the material, and because it's an OEM part on my car, it's worth more for some reason. So like I said last night on the test, I'm hoping that whatever they did, it's the money that may have been gotten for that is just helping to feed a family, or people are desperate, whatever it is. I completely understand, but things are crazy here right now on the West Coast. It's no joke. It is no joke. Chris C's got to sign off early. Lots of work tomorrow. As always, love your reviews and feeds. Stay frosty. I appreciate you, Chris. Thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Michael Domeyer found the Brookio Oreos at Family Dollar. Very cool, very cool. Let's see, just leave the muffler where it is and forget it's still something else. Steal some nugs. That's right, Freddie. Between you and Drew, between Drew cutting cats and you with the nug stealing Wendy's situation there last year, the two of you guys, partners in crime. I gotta take a closer look at that surveillance footage again to see if anything looks a little familiar about the two individuals that stepped out of their car. Someone's trying to send a message. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see here. Going down the line, Mountain Dew Major Melon is pretty good. I've seen a couple of reviews on that actually from Mountain Dew. There's a few. I love watching a lot of the newer peeps that are doing reviews, just to watch, people who are getting started and who are kind of getting their feet wet with these things there. It is definitely a good situation when it comes to seeing all the new talent that's beginning to be kind of flourishing on the platform and doing these types of things. But general consensus is naturally a lot of people don't know why that's even a permanent flavor. So I guess it kind of is what it is with that. Kind of is what it is. Let's see here. Nehemiah, can you send me some? I'm hungry. I don't think you want any of the open bag right now. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Let's see. Favorite movies? Aliens, one of my favorites anyway. I've got a lot of favorite movies. I don't really have an ultimate favorite there, but Aliens, Terminator, Weird Science, actually. I just watched a 2019 Comic-Con, I guess an interview back when we were able to do those things and people were able to go to those things, with Anthony Michael Hall, Kelly LeBrock, and the guy, I keep forgetting the guy whose name who plays Wyatt and Gary, who played Wyatt. I think it was Gary. Wyatt was the one with the dark hair, I guess, and Anthony Michael Hall blonde. But yeah, definitely Weird Science, Aliens, Ghostbusters, a lot of the 80s flicks, the original ones. Let's see here. Haven't tried the new Mountain Dew. Annette Cervantes says, definitely. I'm gonna, like I said, it looks, the general consensus is they don't know why it was a permanent flavor. Poppy Eats, I saw he did a review of that. He did actually two versions. He did that one, and then he did a zero version of it. The zero, essentially it was the fake version of it, but it still had the same sweetness. But even he was saying he doesn't know why that's a flavor, why that's a permanent flavor either. So it's something new. It garners buzz and people get excited about it. So I can understand why they'd want to do that. Yes, got to stay frosty always. Drew, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. And again, I haven't seen that Major Melon over here on the West Coast, and I don't plan to till like maybe 3 or 4 months from now. That's usually how it goes with a lot of snack items. It's one of the reasons that you don't really see a lot of them on there, on my channel, for that reason there, for what it is. Aside from just trying to find them and going to places where it is in light of everything going on here on the West Coast. Zach and Dad, sorry to hear about your car. Glad that it wasn't any worse. Yes, parts can be replaced. People cannot. I completely agree. Completely agree. So after being very angry the next day, naturally things begin to kind of calm down and everything goes the way that it should. So let's see. E-Ricard, anyone here from Six Woods Taylor? No, you know what? It has been a while, E. I haven't heard him, on the streams here as well. And I missed the one before last. So naturally, if he catches the replay and maybe comments, but we'll have to see if he's back on the next one, or maybe he'll show up at some point during this one. We'll have to see. Michael Domeyer, love the shirt. I was born in August 1980. Yes, this is actually a Camp Crystal Lake shirt from Friday the 13th action, given from a friend from way back in the day that I used to know. But good times, definitely good times. Let's see here. Major Melon was pretty good. Nice watermelon taste. Also don't know why they made it permanent. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying, Zach. I don't know. I don't know. The trips, West Coast sounds like Canada, months behind the rest of the US, with a lot of different things, with the exception of some certain items. I mean, naturally, Trips, you guys actually had that KFC chicken sandwich before we did, naturally, and your version, I believe, was the buttermilk breaded version of it. Ours was kind of more traditional with that. I had a lot of fun. I was working on that review for a while, actually. Ever since that it came out up in your area, my contacts have been reaching out to, and I was able to score an early look at it there before, and just looking at the training materials and seeing those things, it really is pretty banging for what it is. The spicy zinger sauce is pretty awesome on that. It really is a very nice touch. And the fact that, if you haven't seen my reviews, and you guys are more than welcome to, obviously, a thick piece of chicken, it's the kernel on steroids. It really literally erases the memory of the crispy kernel from my memory for what it is, and it's easily up there with the Popeyes. I mean, I've always said during, I think, the initial review, and I filmed that a few weeks back, and what I was actually talking about in that is the fact that you can't have, I love the Chick-fil-A and the Popeyes banter back and forth, but you really can't compare the two. I get why they're doing it because of popularity, but a real Kentucky fried chicken sandwich against Popeye's fried chicken sandwich is a much better comparison because it really is legit fried chicken. Now, Chick-fil-A is fried chicken, so to speak, but it's a much more of a, antibiotic free type of thing. It's very thin. It's like a flash fry, peanut oil. It's not the same at all. So if you really want to compare real chicken sandwiches, you got to put a real chicken sandwich against another real chicken sandwich. So KFC, Popeyes, Church's, those three are the main ones. And of course, you'll see the others down the road from all the other companies that are coming out. Mickey D's obviously is coming out with theirs. Everybody's aware of already there. I've done the ones here at Jack in the Box, the Cluck Deluxe and the Cluck with their quote unquote secret sauce. But yes, a lot of people in that saying Popeye is better than KFC. They are delicious. Both of them are very delicious, but unique in their own way. And again, the spicy variant is banging. Spicy variant is a banging situation. So I can't wait to see those a little bit more out there. But they are really, really good. Adam Young, still recovering from vertigo. Guys, let's see some prayer hands here in the chat. Drop some prayer hands in over here for Adam, who is recovering from vertigo. And recovering is the word we want to hear. We don't want to hear suffering from. You're recovering. So that is an awesome situation, guys. I appreciate that. If you guys can do that there. We're one big happy family here in the community, and that's what it is all about as well. Super chat donation, David C. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Jumping in there as well. Again, you guys will find yourselves as official sponsors of the channel down below. So again, thank you so much greatly from the bottom of my heart. It always goes right back into the channel for the content for you guys. Which you'll find more of this weekend as well. And again, here come the prayer hands for Adam. This is what I'm talking about how positive the community is. I got to tell you, this is why I love doing these type of streams, or just in general streaming, because what you're getting here is on the fly and it is real, and people are real here in the chat. So that is a lovely situation right there. So yes, the Cluck was tiny. My review of that, it definitely was a small bun. Zach and Dad, we tried the new KFC sandwich, but we still think Popeyes is better. I really enjoyed it. And naturally, if you have a choice to go between Popeyes and KFC, I think that you're going to dig it either way. But obviously, Popeyes, they know what they're doing with their sandwich, and it really is an awesome situation. You already know. Blake Harvard, what is your favorite Georgia food chain? I don't have a favorite Georgia food chain, considering I've never been. Haven't heard of a defunct food restaurant called Rax from Redring of B. Really want to try the new KFC sandwich from Adam Young? You will not have to wait too long. Trust me. If it's not out already in your area, it will be very, very soon. So with that, guys, I think we should segue into the third and final review of the evening, as we're coming up on a quarter to the hour. We'll probably go a little bit past the hour tonight if this goes the way that I'm thinking it's going to go. But if you guys are ready for the third review, if you've been hanging out all this time, or if you've time stamped down below to this point, Drop some comments actually down below. Let me know what you're thinking about what you're seeing. But if you're here in the chat right now, let me know if you're ready for action. Give me that thumbs up here in the chat, and we will definitely get started once this catches up and I can see you guys are ready for it here. Crazy how fried chicken for Joe joints the way, bringing out new chicken sandwiches. Yep, you know, Popeyes, they've started a huge thing. Kyle Broussard, can you show us the video of someone taking your catalytic converter, not the Cadillac converter, catalytic converter, basically your whole exhaust system under your car, which is, you need to have that or else you're going to have a very loud engine and for exhaust and everything like that. So I don't know if I will do that, to be honest. But we got the thumbs up in effect. And to Scotty T's point earlier, he asked if I've tried the Brookie O Oreos, and I said no. But we are going to fix that right now because I have got it here for you, and I am very excited to see this. I know Michael Domeyer says he found his earlier as well. I've been looking at the comments. I've been seeing you guys on here right now. So if you guys are ready for action on this, this is essentially an Oreo cookie with brownie flavoring, original cream, and cookie dough. 3 levels of action on the inside of this here right now. So we are doing Doritos. We're talking about total nutritionally healthy stuff tonight on the stream right now. This is going to be an awesome situation. How could this not be with all this chocolate, cookie dough, and regular Oreo cream, guys? I mean, that is redonkulous right there. Redonkulous. There's nothing new about chicken, says E. Ricard. Well, it depends upon how they make it, but technically, you know, it's the seasoning and the recipes and how they do them at each particular place there. And then they're all unique that way. But naturally, I agree. It's getting a little old with the chicken sandwiches. So obviously when Mickey D's comes out with theirs, and we'll see some others down the road, we'll have to just round it out. But I've been doing all of them, the ones that I can get to. There's plenty of them here on the channel. You guys can see from everybody. But yes, according to this, Drew says he's eaten half the bag already. Is that the Oreo Brookie Ben? Yes, it is. Take a look at this. Scotty T actually was one of the first things who asked if I tried these directly. So I had to answer essentially no, because I knew I was going to be coming to this. So technically I'm not lying, because this is going to be my first time giving this a shot right now. So let's get into this. And let me see if I can just crack this little seal. There we go. And as usual, packaging is very slick, and hopefully the looks are not going to be deceiving. If we get a little close up to the very bottom right there, as this tries to focus in, you can see the 3 layers. This is kind of, I think it's going to remind me of like the Mega Stuff, like that big fat one that they had a while back. I've never tried that either, but my guess is it's the same thickness of that, but they split it with 3 different flavors right there, guys. So I am really liking the packaging. Let's give this a shot. And that says that's my second favorite. Let's get into these. I'm going to open this up. You guys are going to see it first, and you know this is legit because the packaging is completely hard to open. And I completely kill this package right now. Oh, that's garbage. That's a garbage pull. My first garbage pull. Look at that. This thing is completely garbage. Oh my God, that's a first. Wow, I'm gonna have to probably put this in a Tupperware or something, but okay. All right, I can actually smell these pretty strong. Take a look at these. Let me see if we can try and focus that in as much as I can for you there. You can kind of see the 3 level. That it's got the regular cream, you've got the brownie, the cookie dough action as well. So let me see if I can, I'll just pull this one up here. Yes, these are as thick as what that Mega Stuff looked like on the packaging here. And let me just put this over my laptop here. Can't really tell the flavors apart, but tasty from E. Let's give this a shot. I'll just show it to you direct. See if we can try and focus this somewhat here. Give it a try. It's an Oreo. I'm trying to get that focus. Okay, there you go. Well, somewhat. It's trying to hold. You can kind of see the chocolate on the very bottom. You see it right there in the middle. And then you have the mid-size, the white cream, and then you have the cookie dough action. So I'll flip it around. Oh, yeah, that's, well, that's light. Look at the chocolate disc. It is ultra thin. And then you have the regular cream. There you go. Look at that. That's a little, I don't know about that, but it's got a lot in it, guys. I mean, it's got a lot in it right here. Dip it in milk, Annette Cervantes. Do we have milk here? We might. We'll give it a try. Let me try all 3 flavors of the cream really quick by itself, and then we'll get into it. It's the Brookie O Oreos limited edition. Let's give it a go. That is thick. That is thick. Initially, I'm getting the Oreo cream, the chocolate, not so much the cookie dough. Hang on. Okay, there we go. This is heavy. This is heavy on the cream, guys. Heavy on the cream. I don't know. I like it. It's sweet. But before I even take the first bite of this here, package is just destroyed right now. 2 cookies are 180 calories. I knew it. Yeah, this is pretty high. 90 calories a cookie because of all the cream in this here right now. So let me give this a go. We're going to go for a bite. And then, of course, we're going to go for a little dip in something. And I think Annette Cervantes is onto it. You know what we're going to do. You already know. Oh. Oh. I was getting more of the standard Oreo and then a little bit more of the other cream. The cookie dough is muted though. It does have a little bit of something to it, but it's mostly the standard Oreo cream, which is cool, and the chocolate cream. The cookie dough is a little bit more of the accent on the back end with it, but it's good. I mean, it really is good. I mean, if you guys like Oreos, you already know what it is. So let's go for a badunkadunk and some milk here. There we go. Lit up, ready to go. Let's give this a shot. Brookie O Dunkin' Milk Oreo style. Here we go. Enhances all the way. You already know. You know what? The cream actually comes alive a little bit more because of the milk. And depending upon what type of milk you're using, if it's 2%, 1%, which is virtually water, skim milk, I wouldn't even bother. You might as well just drink water. This is pretty good together. Yeah. That's really the main thing with this. This is like a hyper Oreo. And I'll explain in a second here. Hang on. I don't even need to do another one of those to break this one down, because this is basically the Mega Stuff Oreo with chocolate cream and a little hint of cookie dough, which is a little bit, it's got more of like a granular taste to it. And you know what? You can kind of tell on the package that it's got little bits of chocolate in there as well too. So there's nothing really standing out with it, but it is a little, it's there, it's light, but it's primarily the main Oreo cream and the chocolate cream together. And then naturally the Oreo cookie itself, which is chocolate to begin with. So it's chocolatey, it's good, it's sweet, it's got the standard cream, but the cookie dough is very muted, at least in my opinion of these guys. So I like the fact that they have the 3 levels and what they're calling it here, and it looks really awesome. These are going to get eaten, obviously, but in moderation. I mean, it's kind of high and up there for what it is, but as a treat every once in a while, this is not bad, guys. This really isn't bad. So a fast review of this one for the Brookie O Oreos. Oh man, this is kind of tough because that cookie dough, you know, they say and cookie dough. Just so you guys know, when it comes to marketing, the most important ingredients are usually the first ones. So the brownie flavor, which is a chocolate flavor, I'm getting more chocolate taste from that, and the original cream, obviously the most prevalent. And then it says and cookie dough. So to me, that's kind of saying it's kind of on the back end. You know, it's the backup flavor. Like we're throwing an extra one in here, basically. So it's light, but it adds to the overall denseness and girth of what it is. So I'd have to say this is just okay. So, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to go 8.7 on this. It's close to a 9. It's a quality cookie. It's a quality Oreo. Ed Keaton, another super chat donation. Ed, you're spoiling me right now, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have some in and out on me, says Ed Keaton. I appreciate you greatly. You're going to see yourself dropping into the chat right down over there, as well as, here we go. Stay frosty for you, Ed Keaton again. Thank you so much again, Ed. I greatly appreciate it. Is it worth searching these out? If you like chocolate, I mean, naturally, if you see them in the store, I would recommend picking these up. Now, I did see the hazelnut and the Java chip version there. Those, honestly, aside from the Java chip, I was looking at that. I was looking at maybe doing that as the third review tonight instead of these. But this one just caught my eye and it looked just a little bit more appealing. And naturally, with a 3-level cream, it's the first time I think I've seen anything like that personally. This was just the more interesting of the two. So I'm not really super interested in the hazelnut, but this one absolutely. And the Java chip, I mean, I love coffee, so I may have to revisit that at some point and give that a go, either off camera or on. I haven't really decided yet, but I'm glad I picked this one up because it's very good, guys. But just be careful on this one. 2 of them, 180 calories. It's a little up there for what it is. This package has got some heft to it. You can feel this. And it's all the cream, you know, honestly, in here. So decent, guys, definitely decent. So if you agree with that score, give me a thumbs up here in the chat. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree with that. Hopefully, if you don't agree with it, naturally, I'm going to see the thumbs down. And of course, you're watching this on the replay. You're going to let me know down below. Since we have the reviews timestamped, you guys can jump right to it. But very tasty on that. Just a very, very tasty chocolate cookie from Oreo with the familiar cream, naturally. So good stuff. Definitely good stuff. Let's see. Blake says he loves hazelnut. Absolutely. Hazelnut Oreo. I love hazelnut. You know, I'm thinking Nutella. That's usually what I'm thinking right there. For sure. Freddie Crudy King, Ed is dropping bills tonight. Much appreciated. Absolutely. Ed, I appreciate it greatly. I can't tell you enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, one of the main supporters of the channel for a long time as well here on the channel since the day ones practically as well too there. Ed Keaton, I greatly appreciate you for sure. Let's see. Java chip would be interesting, says Adam Young. Let's see here. Yes, I skipped the other two, Drew. Yeah, I'm like I said, could easily review these things, absolutely, but of course, that just seems the most interesting out of the two. The others are permanent flavors, I guess they're adding, and they're okay, you know, for what they are. But I definitely dig the this brookie is pretty good. I just think, like I said, the cookie dough is a little on the muted side, but everything else, it's got that denseness. And since I never tried the mega stuff version with just a heavy amount of cream, I guess I'd rather have a version that gives me a little bit of distinction between flavors than just an overabundance of what's already a very sweet type of filling cream on the inside of an Oreo. So that's actually pretty cool for what it is. Goody Two Shoes, Jane, thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great to see you here as we're rounding out the stream here in just a few. Good times, good times. Let's see here. Goody Two Shoes, I just reviewed the brookie Oreo. Jane, cool, cool, cool. I have to take a look and see what you thought of these. You'll probably catch this on the replay to check out my my thoughts on them. If you haven't seen it, if you're just jumping in right now, making yourself known. Great to have you always, Ed Keaton. Thanks for your energy, enthusiasm, and for being the best at what you do. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Like I said, I'm very humble and grateful to be able to do this stuff. I have so much fun doing it. And I just do it because I love to create. I love to create and showcase foods and just have a good time. And just put out something that I think you guys are going to find interesting. At the same time as well. So guys, we've got 72 amazing peeps in the house here right now. If you haven't smashed that like button down below, definitely do that on your way out if you haven't already, and hopefully anyone who has already done that. Thank you, thank you. Yes, the most stuffed Oreo had even more cream than the mega stuffed one. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Sad Dad, my guy NK, love all your content so much and have been watching for years. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I hope you'll continue to do so naturally as we kick off the new year. Guys, I started my channel back in August 2013, and this is the 8th year beginning. It's crazy to think what happens. I don't know if anything really big happens like at the 9 or 10 year mark. You know, naturally, I've been going every single week. Even in the midst of all these tribulations and trials and tribulations, frontwards and backwards, throughout my life up until this point, there's been new content every single week, live streaming, and in addition to that too there, and just fun content that I'm trying to put out for you guys. So I really appreciate you guys being here, and all my day ones and all the new peeps as well, and all the subscribers. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and if you've been watching all this time, I don't think I need to say hit that subscribe button, even though you just heard me say it, but I'll just leave it at that because you should. You should. Favorite Super Mario game, the first one and Super Mario World, easily. I love this Super Mario 64, that's awesome as well, but the original NES side-scrollers are definitely the bombest, for sure, out of the group. Let's see. Annette, have I eaten White Castle again since my review 4 years ago? You know what, I did actually, I want to say, when I went back east for my father's funeral, actually, with my cousin, we stopped at a real White Castle back east in New York from Pennsylvania on the way back to Pennsylvania. So I did actually have White Castle legit back then, after the reviews and all that stuff as well. So yes, actually, no, wait a minute. No, hold on a second. That was actually a couple of years before that, actually. So no, so it's the reverse. I stand corrected, actually. That was before that. And then I had it after. But I did actually know how to compare it between the two naturally. And it was good. It was definitely good. Ian Gibson, have I ever seen your cameo in iDubbbz? You know what? I haven't heard of iDubbbz in a long time, or heard it from him in a long time, I should say, because I know that video is pretty infamous with the food reviewers, the amateur food reviewers back in the day, for that. But I do remember that, and he's always, you know, ripping on Peep This Out and all that stuff too that way. So, very, very happy to have seen that even back then, which was pretty cool. Goody Two Shoes, hardest working guy in the food tube. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Jane. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you. It's just a lot of fun to do and to put out the content that I do the way that I do it every single week. And, you know, it's literally 3 or 4 pieces sometimes, plus the streaming. A lot of quality and a lot of stuff put into all this stuff always for you guys. Dom's World, really love your content. Thank you. Thank you so much. It means a great deal that you guys dig it. 8 years and he keeps getting better from Freddy Foodie King. You know what? Everybody who is in this platform right now is literally upping their game to all new levels right now. Every single one. And I say that including Freddy Foodie King because the personality is infectious. There is a lot of really awesome personalities out there on the platform, and you guys know who you are, and I've mentioned a few in the past as well. A lot of them are here in the chat right now as well too, from the trips. Jackie Hero Food Reviews when she's on here as well too that way. Freddy Foodie King, Drew's Food Reviews. There's a lot of great people who have a lot of passion, a lot of heart, a lot of energy, and just a lot of, you know, follow through with a lot of the stuff that they do. And I just like to put this stuff out there unbiased and just kind of just, you know, say what it is, how they feel, and the way that they do it. So everybody is getting better and upping their game, and that's a beautiful situation because it helps set the tone for the next level of people that are coming into it. And you're seeing a lot of those in your feed, I'm sure. There's a lot of people who I've never heard of before that are doing it as well. A lot of people may be doing something similar to how you may be doing it, so to speak, but they're doing it, and then eventually they'll find their way, which is really cool. So Annette, we really appreciate you, Ian. You make our Friday nights better. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You could definitely have choices to do with your time, and I greatly appreciate you making me part of that here on Friday nights. And naturally, now that I have my car back, we can get back to doing certain things like drive-through live streams and those things as well, which will be really cool to do. If you notice, I couldn't do any drive-through. I couldn't do any, like, you know, Peep This Out in the drive-through because my equipment was stuck in my car, my original car. I didn't have anything to attach my phone to. I didn't want to buy anything extra, and I figured it wasn't going to take as long as it did. So, you know, I'm glad everything is pretty much back to normal. Armando, do a collab with KBD Productions. It's been a few years since I've done actually anything with KBD from Ken, but that would be something in the future again to do, depending upon schedules. Everyone is, like, you know, blowing up ridiculously, and they're doing what they're doing. So we definitely keep in touch on occasion and travel and within the same circles. But the communications are always open for those who wish to do so. You know, it's always appreciated. Let's see. Have you seen sorry if I've already asked. I was multitasking earlier. What's the difference between the new KFC sandwich and the crispy kernel? It's 20% bigger. It's definitely a different type of recipe. It's extra crispy, but it's not anything different from their standard chicken naturally, but it's just a larger piece of it. There's no buttermilk coating the way that, at least from what I was getting, it's the standard, you know, spicing and stuff from the kernel, which is delicious anyway. But it's super juicy, super fresh. Literally made to order. You know, naturally, even the samples that I got were the real deals as well. So it definitely is a bigger piece of chicken overall, and it's just the thicker pickles. The pickles are so bomb on that, guys. I can't even tell you. And Freddie, I think you actually did yours when it was in test market back in Florida. So you've actually done it legit as well. So you already know. The pickles just literally, I think they blow away Popeye's pickles, if you ask me. And I love the pickles on that sandwich. It was so good, especially with that spicy zinger sauce. It's not just a spicy sauce. I mean, it's literally the Zinger name, Zinger sauce, but it's kicked up. And it's just really literally what they do. You know, it's what they do. So, Drew, for the 10th anniversary of my channel, I should do the Subway review. I thought we were going to 100K first. I had to do like 68,000 more subscribers before I can do a Subway review. So, you know, we'll have to see about that. Let's see here, going down the line. Which fast food restaurant has the best nachos? Oh, the best nachos. Fast food nachos. I'm going to have to go Taco Bell. I mean, Taco Bell and Del Taco. Del Taco I don't get too often, but Taco Bell nachos are the bomb. I reviewed all various versions of it, and I do like fast food nachos from Taco Bell and Net. I got to admit I do. I do. Let's see. Yeah, elevating your content. You really are too generous. Yeah, I'm trying. Everybody is. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just putting that out there because everybody is doing what they can and they're putting out. The quality content. For where they're at skill set wise. I see what you're saying there, E. But like I said, it's a matter of just putting out that content and growing and learning from it. That's the most important thing, and that's what I love to see. I love going back to seeing some of the early reviewers that were doing what they were doing then to what they're doing now, and you can see the difference mostly. Mostly there are some that are kind of still stuck in the same level with certain things, but they've improved in some way. The goal is to improve and move up, and that's the goal, to do that. But I see what you're doing there, E. I see what you're doing there. Mediocre points. Do I have a favorite hockey team? No, I don't. Even though we have the Kings here in LA, I'm not really a super hockey fan. Thoughts on Taco Bell bringing back potatoes? Was anyone really surprised by that, considering how everything got crazy with people? And yes, the potato soft taco is king. I may have to give that a shot. I'm sure everybody else will as well. And I haven't really had the potatoes at Taco Bell in a long time, and I remember having them a while back. But I'll have to see about giving that a go. Have you seen it? Just smash the like button. Thank you. Thank you. Drew, lovely pickle situation. It most definitely was at KFC. Adam Young is saying goodnight to everyone. Nice to jump in. I appreciate you being here right now, guys. Thank you so much as well, along with Adam. Let's see. Alexander, one of those was the Neapolitan ice cream would be fire. Let's see, have you for Burger King? No, those are just the dollar items, which is cool. I mean, I'm okay with BK for those things. I have a few other things coming up with them, but I'm okay with the dollar menu item stuff there. Yard House chicken nachos. Actually, that's bomb, but that's not considered the fast food style. If you go in the fast casual, I would definitely rock out over at Chili's. Any variation of those sit-down places when we were able to do that, absolutely. Haven't reviewed Tommy's yet, John. Haven't reviewed. I know one day I will get around to doing that. Let's see. Diddle23, collaboration with Freddy Foodie King, perhaps. Perhaps. One day, perhaps. Ed Keaton says, Annette, I think Del Taco makes some pretty decent nachos in my opinion. You know what? I agree. They've done some really, really good stuff. Taco Bell just has that unique flavor for some reason. I can't really put my finger on it for that. But at the same time, like I said, there's a lot of great nacho places out there, a lot of fast casual spots. So just in general, it's kind of hard to mess that up unless the ingredients are not fresh and they're not melted, they're not hot, they're not gooey. But definitely, Taco Bell definitely does it right. Blake says, I look like a young Billy Crystal. Well, I appreciate that. Sometimes I get Harold Ramis, sometimes, believe it or not, or the Subway guy from back then. I'm opening up a can of whoop with that right now. Let's see. Sad Dad, are you going to review the new McDonald's chicken sandwiches? Of course. Everybody else will be doing that as well. Of course. I definitely got to add those to the playlist with everything else that I've done so far. Absolutely. Is Taco Bell bringing the Cravings menu? I don't know of anything that's coming new from Taco Bell aside from what's already been posted. But naturally with the potatoes coming out, that's going to take some press from a lot of the sites out there. So we'll have to see. Top 3 movies looking forward to this year. Well, actually, Justice League Snyder Cut is the main one there. Kong versus Godzilla, of course. I want to say Fast and the Furious then, because that was supposed to be out this past year, but it didn't make it. So we'll have to see if that one comes out. But I'm excited for that one. I'm just going to throw Mortal Kombat in there too, because I saw something recently on that today and it looks pretty fantastic. And I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about that. Let's see. Ed Keaton and Ed says they're pretty substantial. They don't skimp on anything. Yes, depending upon where you go, if they're heavy-handed with their toppings, fortunately, a lot of the places around here tend to be okay. When I review my stuff, a lot of people think I have stuff specially made or it's a sponsored video and all this fun stuff, which is not true. And a lot of you peeps who really know me here on the channel know that if anything is sponsored, you're going to see something on the screen in the beginning, as well as down in the description box below. But I love how all those people that make those uneducated assumptions about, oh, you're bought off, you're paid off, and that type of thing. Definitely not. Definitely not. Let's see here. Taco Bell and Beyond Meat. Yes, about time. Yes, I read that actually on Chew Boom. With that, so you're looking forward to trying a plant-based taco stuff there. I've done the Beyond Taco stuff from Del Taco. If you guys want to see a little preview of what I'm sure that's going to be, very similar, if not the same, I would think there. But I think they're doing. E, you can probably correct me with this one. I think it's their own recipe. I think the article said they were kind of developing their own plant-based recipe or something a little bit more in sync with what they want to do, instead of maybe just something generically put together, I think maybe. And that says McDonald's chicken sandwich is going to look like Popeye's chicken sandwich. It's going to probably be similar, but I don't think it'll be as thick. I think it may be closer to the Church's chicken one, but they're going to be going more for the flavor end of it. I have a feeling. I mean, that's just the way that the gist of it. And apparently there's 3 different ones. And believe me, I already have things already ready to go, you know, for a lot of that stuff there. My contacts that I've already reached out with for things. So it should be interesting to see what happens with that. Let's see. Ben Nguyen, BK or Mickey D's, who makes the best chicken sandwich? We're going to find out. We will definitely find out for sure. Do you Moe's Mexican Grill? I have one review, I think, on my channel, and that was actually coming back from Florida, and I did it at a Moe's restaurant inside the airport. If you do a search for, I think it was the Homewrecker burrito that I did. I was coming back from my wedding anniversary, or actually my honeymoon, I should say. We were flying back, and it was raining miserably that day when we got to the airport, and I remember we were delayed for a while. And I remember getting something in there, and that was the time that I had Moe's, and they were supposedly touted as having really awesome queso, which I didn't get. I think I just did the burrito by itself, but take a look at that review. You'll see that information on there. Have you seen it? Says Taco Bell nachos are phenomenal. They are definitely pretty awesome for fast food stuff there. I did the veggie pack, the big large one. It was like a $10 deal. That was my last nachos review, which was a lot of fun to do. What's new in the Taco Bell menu? Basically, all of the stuff that is out now, more like the black bean stuff. You have got the freeze, naturally, that's in there too. There is actually the freeze that's out there, the Midnight Berry Freeze. There's really nothing that's super, super new. They brought back the loaded nacho taco, the dollar situation with that too. But nothing is really crazy out right now. Let's see, shooting a review on your honeymoon, that's commitment. Well, we were coming back. We were on our way back to LA from the trips, is asking right there. Ready for Lady Gaga Oreos. If I find them, we'll have to see. We'll do them on the stream here for sure. I'm not going to do that on its own. I'd rather do that with you guys live. What's your favorite fast food iced coffee? That's easily Mickey D's. Their vanilla coffee I get on occasion, but more often I like to go to Dunkin' as well. But that 99-cent anytime iced coffee is a beautiful situation from Mickey D's, which is really good. Wow, guys, we're going long tonight. It just occurred to me we're 13 minutes past the hour right now. Huge respect for the hustle from Ericard. There we go, from the trips right in there as well. Try the gluten-free Oreos. I'm curious about those, Drew. I'm curious about those. So if I can find those, for sure. I'm not holding my breath if I see them in the store, but I'm not going to search them out. It depends upon if they're around or not. And these Brookie Oreos, these were kind of hiding from me somewhat. They were really pushing the hazelnut and Java chip all over the place. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Do you think Taco Bell will ever bring back fiery Doritos Locos Taco, the Doritos Taco? Hopefully. I'd like to see something like that, something with the flaming hot in some degree. Some other variation. I'd love to see a flaming hot quesarito or something flaming hot in general. It's not out of the question. Because they have the red strips on the inside anyway, why don't they just convert those to flaming hot Doritos and put that in like the quesarito or something like that, or the return of the grilled cheese burrito, but with flaming hot chips? If you guys like that, drop a fire emoji right here in the chat right now as we round out the stream, and let me know if you guys want to see some flaming hot Doritos chips on the inside of a grilled cheese burrito. That would just be the bomb. If you ask me, that would be ridiculous. That really would. All right, so let's see here, guys, as we round this one out. Poppy, let's see. Yes, we have Shake Shack. Absolutely. Do they have the chicken sandwich? Your thoughts? Pretty awesome. My wife gets it all the time. I got to say, Poppy, when we go there, she gets the chicken sandwich. And I was thinking about reviewing the Korean one that's out now, but I'm not a fan of kimchi and kimchi slaw, and I don't know if I'm going to do that. So I do have a couple of pieces of content. One of them is already pretty much ready to go, but I'm going to release that probably on either Sunday or Monday, most likely Sunday. But I'll think about doing the Korean chicken version just to maybe give it a try. That may be the reason to try it, because naturally I'm not really a super fan of it. So if it can win me over, if it's different, you know, maybe I'll see about maybe doing that one. And if I can put that one out first before the others, just to kind of get that out there, because that came out like a few days ago. I think it was earlier in the week. Maybe I'll see if I can give that a shot. So I'm not really a super fan of kimchi, and Ned, I see you're not either. So we'll have to see. And yeah, I totally heard about the Korean one. Good call. I'll grab one soon. Yeah, I may give it a go and maybe put that one out next, and then we'll save the other maybe from Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. We'll have to see. My schedule is a little open at the moment right now, so considering everything has been kind of crazy here, we'll see about that there. But shout outs to you, Poppy. I don't know if you were on earlier. We were talking about the Major Melon Mountain Dew, and how boo-boo that was, and how you were saying how you're not sure why that's so. There were a lot of people that were saying the same thing. Why is this a permanent flavor? You know, it is what it is. It's kind of a specialty thing. Watermelon is not something that's like a go-to. I mean, I like gummy watermelons. You know, I like those types of things, the real, you know, sugary, sweet gummy watermelon slices, those types of things. But I don't know. You know, we'll have to see. Hey, Diddle23, Biggie or Tupac? Yes. And I'm leaving it at that. East Coast, West Coast. You already know what it is. Good stuff all around. What's the worst thing you had lately? Nothing I can really speak to, John, on that there. I haven't really had anything that's like, oh my God, I can't do it. I can't do it. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Let's see. Going down the line. Last couple of things here. Fancy Hippie. I am not on TikTok. I don't do any of the dance moves, and I don't do any of those things. And I know a lot of people use it for other stuff too. But what I have, but in terms of social media, I think is more than manageable. More than manageable with what I've got here. Instagram primarily, naturally Twitter, and you'll find Facebook, and then of course the main channel here on the chat as well for Friday nights. Which, guys, 72 amazing peeps in the house still watching here currently right now. Appreciate you guys for hanging as long as you have. If you haven't smashed that like button, definitely do that. Let's see. Annette, imagine Ian making a TikTok. I'm telling you, it's no joke. Come on now. The minute Ian has a TikTok is when I sign up for Poppy Eats. I'm telling you, I don't shuffle dance. I don't do any of those dance moves like that. And I don't think people want to see a food reviewer, you know, on TikTok trying to do things that just like, come on. There are some things you got to draw the line at. You got to kind of pick and choose. Mediocre points, no Patreon or any support, right, Ian? Of course I've got Patreon. You'll see it probably flashing down below right over there. You'll see those little things that are flashing up and down over there. I'm on there, patreon.com/peepthisout. It is there. Let's see, Earthquake Stream is not my favorite review. Yes, it wasn't mine either. I don't even want to keep bringing that into the universe right now. No joke. So guys, a couple of more minutes as we round this one out here right now. Ian, it's not just dancing. Come on. I know that, E. I know that. But primarily, whenever I think of TikTok, that's what jumps in my head right now. So I just can't do it. There's so many other platforms out there that, you know, I get it, but it's just too much. It's too much to manage. I'm a one-man show. Guys, everything you're seeing in front of you right now, everything you're seeing on the screen is created, built by me. I mean, naturally, I get all these assets to make all this stuff here, and I'm able to put it together. But I'm a one-man show. I barely have enough time to manage the social media that I do, and Instagram is my main thing. So that's always the easiest way to reach out to. And then naturally everything else, I kind of like, you know, I check in on Twitter and my Facebook as well. You know, the Patreon stuff too. That's the main thing. It's too much to manage. Once I get maybe a little bit bigger and I have a team maybe, or I have some people assisting me, but it's really me doing everything: scheduling, building, creating, filming, editing. And at some point sleeping and trying to have a normal life outside, which, believe me, I am so grateful. I love doing this stuff. But it is very all-consuming in terms of what you do, especially the more that you put into it to make it the way that you want it to be. So when you have that passion to do it, you already know. I mean, it just kind of it flows. And I'm so just blown away to be able to do this stuff for you naturally. John Graves, yes, I picked up my car earlier today, but I may need to have them take a look at it, because as I'm stepping on the gas, I feel like a little bit more like it's got that sound, and then everything is normal. So I think maybe something may need to be adjusted slightly as well. But everything is back to normal, and I have all the parts. Everything is cool. I'm very, very happy to have the Blue Bomber back home with your boy Ian K. Collaboration with Good Mythical Morning someday. It's always a possibility. Always a possibility. There's a lot of people that are really putting in the work and putting in the time and that are really doing it there. And I think the matchup would be kind of cool for stuff. So there's definitely a lot to look forward to there. I'm just, like I said, so happy to be able to contribute to the community and to put the things out there that I do. And everyone has their own voice and they have their own little piece of YouTube and putting things out there. And I'm just always so blown away by it. So I'm just very thankful to be part of the community that way. So it would be fun that way. So Good Mythical Morning. We'll have to see if you guys put out the word to him or her or them. We'll just say the team, whoever is in charge. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. You're both in Cali, so it would be easy peasy. Yes, considering what we're all dealing with right now as well. I'm all for the team ups too. I mean, actually, the collaboration word is thrown around a lot because it's basically virtual team ups. The collabo it's a very quick term and that type of thing, and people know what it means. But I can't wait to get back to the days of actually doing like in-person reviews and kind of riffing off one another that way. But of course, all the virtual shout outs and those collabs too are always fun. And I've done a bunch of those in the past as well. So definitely looking forward to broadening those horizons into the future. And naturally with 2021, of course, that's the goal, is to move on to bigger and better things and to move on to it there. Poppy, Ian's flying me out next week for a collab. It's going to be insane. Come on, it's Poppy. It's Poppy Eats. Come on, you already know how this review will go. We're sitting in the car. He's in the driver's seat. I'll be in the passenger seat. I don't know. Let's give it a try. You want to see that review one day? We'll have to see. Poppy is cool people. That personality is fun to watch. And like Poppy, I think I told you this too there. I podcast you out when I'm either running, when I'm running errands, I'm podcasting, I have my earphones on, listening to what you got to say and, checking out that stuff there. Poppy is a funny dude. Poppy is a funny dude. I got to check out your review today. I guess you tried the chicken sandwich from Wendy's again. I think it said the second review. Right there. So we'll have to see. Poppy says that I could drive. Okay, I'll drive. All right. And I'll sit passenger. Okay. Very cool. We can do one of those little vlogs. We can kind of like turn the camera this way and, we'll be looking around as you're doing your thing there with the GPS. We'll have to see what we can do. Poppy's flying in baggage. Is he jumping in the suitcase? How is he getting into that baggage claim? I want to know, Drew. That's good times right there. Good times for sure. All right, Armando, 2021 is off to a bad start for you. Let me tell you right now, Armando, you woke up today. That is a beautiful thing. It is all downhill from there, and then you immediately have a choice, and it can either be a good day or a bad day. Choose the former. Good day. Good day, good day, good day. You already know what it is. Armando, Poppy Eats is the best. He's a cool dude. Gonna need a big old suitcase for Poppy Eats. No critical tonight, I know. I was hoping to see Paul on here right now. He'll catch the replay, hopefully. And we'll have to see here. It will be entertaining for sure with Poppy. Yeah, he is definitely a cool cat. Very busy guy, too. He's doing his thing. We're out his way for sure there. But I'm glad you were able to do the crispy, crunchy chicken goodness, by the way. And yes, you did get ripped on your sandwich. I got to tell you, and I commented on that video, Poppy. You already know that sandwich was not what I reviewed. And unfortunately, I guess what I got should have been a full chicken breast as well. So I guess what you got could have been what I got. But what I got was two really thick tenders in mine. And again, I'm not a super fan of that type of chicken sandwich. It was good. But yeah, you definitely got shafted. You definitely should be going back to that, and especially considering it looked like it'd been sitting for a minute there. So we'll have to see. Poppy, oh no, there's a channel. I want to fly me out. Japan would be amazing. Yes, yes, yes. Man, that sandwich was off. I'll have to try the tender sandwich. Hey, if they can make it for you that way, and let it, like, ask if there's a choice, because I just asked for the chicken sandwich, and I think I had a graphic in my review that showed the menu board, and it looked like a standard patty. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it looked like it was a single patty, but that was pretty whack what you did, in terms of what you got for your review. That's a no bueno situation. Which, incidentally, guys, and I didn't even get to it right now, and I'll probably save this for the next time. It's for the small little unboxing for the Crispy Boys from the Del Taco situation. Dayton Live, over the Dayton Live show, part of the review crew, just put out a trilogy of reviews for the Del Taco goodness there. So if you haven't seen what he's had to say about Del Taco's goodness there, the epic honey mango, crispy chicken, and bacon burrito. Freddy Foodie King actually also dropped that one also. He also did, let's see, Dayton did the taco, which I did as well. I did the taco and the epic burrito, and they had a little box that had like 3 chicken tenders in there and like churros, and it was drizzled with the honey mango sauce. So you can take a look and see what you thought of those if you wanted to see that variant of it as well. But Del Taco goodness all around there for sure. Let's see. Drew says, yes, had a chicken sandwich from there, and it was pre-made sitting in a bag. Yeah, no bueno. Sad moment for Crispy Crunchy and E. Yeah, it was not a good look. From when the Crispy Crunchy chicken reviews that I've done on my channel, and I have, I think, 3 or 4 now, they've all been just in the case. Like, the chicken pieces are made, and they just put them together. But the sandwiches, it was made for me there. I mean, they had to make it. So I was surprised. I thought they would have had tenders and put it together that way, but it was made. I had to wait. for that. So yeah, you definitely, I would probably ask for to make sure that it was a fresh one, not to kind of influence the review because you got to review them as you get them, but something like that, considering you've done it already. Since you've already done the review and what you got was the legit one and it was garbage. I mean, it wasn't good. Definitely go back and see if they can make it for you right, and maybe just ask them to, you know, for sure. So we'll have to see. Blake, Mythical Kitchen would be a great collab. We'll have to see about that. If you guys can start the grassroots effort and reach out, I'll take a look as well. That would be kind of fun. That would be kind of fun. Yeah, the burrito was a lovely situation. Absolutely, Freddie. You already know that thing for $5. There's something called the Macho Combo Burrito, and all those epic burritos are like that. For $5, it is a ridiculous size. I mean, it is bigger than Taco Bell, and it was loaded. And the fact that it had crinkle cut fries, forget it. Forget about it. All right, guys, I'm going to round this one out here right now. Let me thank you all. If you guys can put a prayer hand into the chat one more time for all of the people who may be out there not doing as well as they can right now, for anyone struggling. Hopefully you guys were distracted. Anyone who may be going through something right now, you guys definitely have me in your thoughts, and definitely I have you guys in my thoughts. I love seeing all those prayer hands come up right now because 2021 is here. It doesn't mean all of our problems immediately go away. It just means we have to adjust our sails accordingly as we're traveling the ocean together, because just because it's the new year doesn't mean instantly things are back to normal again, and things are going to be far from that until much later into the year. So Michael Domayer's got the hands, he's got the thumbs up, he's got actually the peace sign up there as well. I agree. Trips is in there as well. Shelly George with the hearts, Annette Cervantes, John Graves, Scotty T. I appreciate you, and I'm sorry to keep you, you know, kind of ripping off you with the Oreo brookie right there, but I saw your comment and I'm like, oh, you know, we're going to be getting into this right now. But thanks for mentioning that earlier, Scotty. I appreciate it. But shout outs to each and every one of you guys. And like I said, I always feel like completely humbled and grateful to be able to do this stuff for you guys on a daily basis. We got Poppy Eats with the tacos, throwing it in there with the good vibes from E-Ricard. Again, Michael Domayer, Stay Frosty, you do that as well. This was a lot of fun. I was excited to debut the new streaming format for you. As well as just to showcase 3 pretty fun products to check out. And again, a lovely situation with this one, by far, easily the spicy ranch out of the 2. Here with the nacho, the chili cheese nacho, definitely something to try. If you can get these on special for like $2.50, $3, it's worth it. This is the front runner by far. That spicy ranch is the bomb by far as well. Brookie O Oreo, you already know what it is. Definitely a mega super stuffed Oreo. But decent amount of chocolate. I got to admit, I really like the fact of what this is here. This is really cool. And the package just looks banging. Guys, the package looks really, really good. It really does make the hazelnut and the Java chip kind of look like, okay, that's going to be around. We can always get to those. It is what it is. But definitely a good time with that. So let's see. Hope you stay safe from the disease going into Los Angeles. Yes, I'm definitely trying to. You already know what it is. Blake Harvard, definitely a lovely situation. You already know what it is. You guys are amazing here right now. And Scotty T says it was a Jedi mind trick. You got maybe it was. Maybe it was. The dog looked like it did Rick the Package. I don't know how I mutilated this one, Annette. I have never done anything that bad. This is not going to stay fresh very long, but fortunately, I think the wifey is gonna dig these. So I'll definitely maybe have one more of these as well. Doing a stream for an hour and a half, which is what we're doing right now, makes me incredibly hungry. But the fact that I had sushi a pretty good amount before I started this right now, I'm actually okay. I'm slightly hungry right now, so I actually may want to see if the wifey wants to go get some real dessert. Maybe we'll go do drive-through and just to kind of get some air. But if you guys are watching this on the replay, you already know it is actually past the 12 o'clock time frame Saturday when this went live for you, so you'll have this to look forward to. And guys, an amazing situation to be on here with you right now. I hope you've enjoyed this evening. I'm going to ask for one more emoji. If you had a good time on the stream tonight, let me just see a thumbs up. And I know that we will begin to round this one out here as I'm going to jump over to my streaming software. To all my amazing mods in the house here right now, E-Ricard, Freddy Foodie King, Drew's Food Reviews, anyone who may be creeping in the background watching, I hope you have an amazing weekend. And definitely do all the things out there that make you happy. Do it safely. And just everybody, please just take care of yourself and just take precedent in knowing that, we're making progress. We're going much further in. The further we keep going down the road, the faster we'll be able to kind of do what we have to, as long as we're doing the right thing. We've got a new president as of next Wednesday. So it's going to be an amazing situation all around. And I'm giving you guys a very huge virtual video clap right now. I love each and every one of you guys. You guys are really the positivity that keeps me moving in the direction that I want to go. And all the people that I've come across up to this point and all the future as well. All my contacts, all my people who I know who are watching in the industry, who know about my streams on these nights. Thank you for allowing me to do what I do on my channel and for having the faith in me to put out something that I think is going to represent something honestly, unbiasedly. I really just enjoy doing what I do. It's just a blast. I got to admit, guys, it's just a blast. So I think I said something about the Oreos before, Scotty T tonight. Yes, Michael, I think I saw you did mention it earlier, but it was a direct question, I think, from Scotty that got it there. So shout outs to Michael Domeyer for mentioning that earlier. Please accept my humble apologies. You know I love you. You know I love you. To all of you guys here right now. So let's see here. Volatility Celebrate here from the UK. Love your channel. Thank you, Sonic the Burger. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are all amazing. I hate to go right now, but I know that my wife is probably wondering when are we gonna do something for our Friday night tonight, because the stream is over. I'm a half hour past time, but you know I love you guys. So guys, with that, this is Ian K officially closing out the live stream for January 15th. We're halfway into the first new month of the year, guys, 2021. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel. So stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Another fresh, fruity, high quality, foodie, fresh review. Freddy Foodie King. I'm all over the place right now. Another high quality foodie feature for you here on the channel, and you guys can find it here in the all food reviews playlist, as well as the live stream replays playlist. You already know what it is, and I am jumping on over here to stop this because I need to get a drink. I love you guys. Stay frosty. Watch out for the next piece of content coming most likely on Sunday. I have a feeling I think I know what it is, and I may have even already talked about it on the stream tonight, so we'll have to see. 2 videos ahead already, so the content is kind of locked for this week unless something kind of comes out miraculously, but we'll have to see. So yes, and a bunch of F words, but in a good way. But in a good way. So guys, stay frosty. Have a great weekend, and I will definitely talk to you soon. Let me jump on over here real quick, and we are out of here. It's Poppy. It's Poppy Eats. See you later. Peace.